Angel's friends. Angel's friends. Angie down.
The paradise you've always dreamed of has a special friend for whom the moment to grow up is there, and so she has to leave. For the challenge is hard, but the warm is a heart that with all your fears, the reward's on the way if you keep having faith.
You're gonna learn to fight with an angel and an high-speed flight. She's gonna read your mind, protect you from the devil's bite. Even if you feel safe, don't you know that there's a danger hiding? You can just make it through with love and an angel's light.
A beautiful spring day, the wind blowing through your hair. Sometimes one day is enough to make you forget all your troubles, and you almost believe that there's no way anything can ever go wrong again.
Raph?
Huh? But then, when you least expect it, the first cloud darkens the sky, followed by the second cloud and the third. And in an instant, the sun disappears and you're left with a brewing storm.
Professor Temdell?
All right, you found me, horns and all. What's so important to merit the honor of the presence of actual evil minions?
A devilgram.
Directly from the low spheres themselves. They said it's urgent.
Well, what are you looking at? You delivered the devilgram, let them know I got it, and be on your way.
It's true, sometimes the most beautiful days can be ruined forever by a simple cloud or just a single word.
I'm sorry, Raph. I'd hoped it wouldn't come to this.
Professor, how much time before I have to leave the school for good?
Only till tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, no!
Until then, I'm sorry to say you're going to have to stay in your room. The high spheres have spoken. There's nothing I can do.
To the devil with this! To the devil with expulsion! To the devil with low spheres!
Selphus, you have to calm down.
And to the devil with you too!
Wait just a minute.
What do you want?
I want you to know that I'm sorry you've been expelled, but there's nothing I can do. It's a direct command from the low spheres.
Don't bother pretending that you and R can care what happens to us at all. We asked for your help. Raph and I begged you to find out who was behind this. And what have you done? Nothing.
You're absolutely right, but perhaps there is still some time. Thank you for coming, my colleague.
You communicated it was a matter of some urgency.
It is. We must help both Raph and Selphus.
But how? Their decision to expel is final.
But we know for a fact that someone targeted them if we could just find out who did it.
And then what? Even if we could prove that they were under someone's influence, they still committed sacrilege by kissing each other.
And what if they were manipulated or victims of a spell?
Why would someone ever do something like that?
I can't be entirely sure, but I believe I have a suspect.
A suspect? Who?
Come, enter the room of portraits and I'll show you.
Doorway of secrets and earthly souls. Room of every portrait. The custodian asks to enter.
Doorway of secrets, sanctuary of earthly souls. The temptress asks to enter.
Can you explain yourself?
I never thought I'd have to say this to an angel, but you must be patient.
The private worlds of those who have free will.
Yes, but what's the significance of this empty frame?
Is this why you brought me here?
This is the missing portrait. You've heard the legend of the neutral one, I'm sure.
What makes you think she has anything to do with this?
Female intuition. And diabolic.
We have no proof of it.
Not yet, but that's where you come in.
Me?
We must discover if the neutral one is the mastermind behind this kiss. It's the only way we'll be able to help Raph and Selphus.
And how do I find out if she is?
It's simple. Go ask the high spheres.
When we spoke, they said nothing.
Try asking a direct question.
But why don't you just ask the low spheres?
Because they would lie. We devils do it constantly. We're not as trustworthy as the white robe crowd.
That's true. The high spheres would not be able to lie.
Precisely.
Come on, don't look so upset.
They should not have expelled you.
Yeah, I've got a good mind to tell those high spheres off.
I agree, it's ridiculous. Those spheres are lucky they're not here. When I get back to Angietown, I'm going to have to give them a piece of my mind.
No, sweet, you're not going to do any such thing.
And why not?
I don't want any of you getting into trouble at my expense, and I don't want you feeling sorry for me.
But we're your best friends, Raph. We feel it.
And you know you'll always be my best friends. I'm not disappearing. I'm just going home. I'll see you again when you finish this stage, and you come back home again with your beautiful radiant halos. Now come here and give your best friend a big hug.
I hate goodbyes.
Weren't you listening, sweet? Raph is saying this isn't goodbye for good. But it's still goodbye.
Yes, you're right. That reminds me, there's one more person I'd like to say goodbye to before I go.
Sulfus.
I guess I can't hide anything from you, Angels, can I? After all we've been through, I consider him more than a rival.
Don't be embarrassed. It makes total sense.
But considering I'm not able to leave this room, I don't know how I'm going to say goodbye to him.
We're gonna help you out.
Huh?
Yep. If our friend wants to say goodbye to a devil, then our friend is going to say goodbye to a devil.
I thought we were talking about Raph.
No, don't bother.
We understood you the first time. You don't want us getting in trouble for you. But you have to understand, though we can't do anything to prevent you from being expelled, we love you.
But
totally.
Now, we don't want to hear another word about it. Either we'll bring you to Sulfus or we'll bring him to you. I think we better avoid the hallway. It's Grand Central out there.
Now what?
We just have to make sure that nobody sees Raph leave a room.
True. But she's not allowed to leave, so what do we do?
listen, guys, what are you going to do? I can't get out the door.
Then we'll take you out the window.
Mickey, that was not what I meant.
No, but it's a great idea.
Yeah, but considering that Raph doesn't have use of her wings, I think your plan has a huge hole in it. Like the part where she falls and squishes like Jell-O on the sidewalk.
Great visual. I got it.
Sweet is right, you know. I can't fly.
Yeah, but we can, Raph, so Uri and I will fly you out through the principal's office.
Have you forgotten that Raph has lost all her powers? So we don't even know if she's invisible to the earthly ones.
Mm-hmm. If she's just suspended in midair, the kids in the courtyard are definitely going to see her.
And that, sweet, my sweet, is where you come in.
Me? Okay, let's think about this. What could I possibly do to attract their attention? Got it. Let me try this. Video fly!
What in the world is that?
Oh my gosh!
It's a spaceship.
It's a flying saucer!
Dude, that's what I said.
It's coming to abduct us. And I sure hope they don't choose me.
Oh, but they're coming for me.
Huh?
Just a shade excessive.
You wanted the earthly ones distracted, didn't you? I distracted them.
You sure did, sweet. That was brilliant.
Yeah, she's right. They're not going to be thinking about anything but aliens anymore. So let's get moving. You ready, Raph?
Are you sure you want to do this?
You're going Angel Express. Let's go.
It's so weird flying without wings.
It's a one-time deal. Don't get
Hurry
used
up
to it.
before my hologram disappears.
Yeah, a perfect landing, guys.
The captain thanks you for having flown with us.
Yeah, but since I'm the captain, I say we still have to reach our destination.
You're right, but we better get moving. To the dorms.
I was thinking.
Yeah, sweet?
I was thinking it might be better if only one of us went with Raph. You know, 4 angels wandering around in the devil's dorms might stick out.
Well, you've got a point. So I volunteer you.
All right. Aren't I getting good?
Welcome, Professor Arkin.
Thank you for granting me this hearing.
Of course. Now, what brings you to us?
The kiss between Raph and Sulfus. I need to know what it has to do with the legend of the Neutral One. They were possibly manipulated, meaning their kiss was involuntary. The punishment for that depends on its being voluntary.
If what you say is true, then that would change everything.
I'm aware of the legend. It was the act of sacrilege that imprisoned the neutral one.
And it is only a sacrilege, a new one, that could free her.
Then don't you see? The neutral one has orchestrated this kiss between Raph and Sulfus so that their sacrilege would free her from limbo.
Well, technically that is possible.
Then it's logical to think the kiss was not their fault.
Possibly, but we cannot know this to a certainty.
But it's obvious.
We have no proof of the involvement of the neutral one.
Then I will find the evidence and prove it to you.
How? Even we cannot see what happens in Limbo.
I will go myself.
Professor Arkin, Limbo is a mysterious and dangerous place.
But how?
There is no knowledge of it in the high spheres. Even its dangers are unknown to us, and there are many. You risk never returning and being lost forever.
I understand.
If you choose this, you will be on your own. The high spheres cannot help you.
I know I must do this for Raph. I ask for your permission to enter Limbo.
Everybody is frozen in their tracks.
I was afraid that they saw us and I was going to have to use my stop fly. Let's go find Sulfus so you can say goodbye to him.
I guess Sulfus isn't here.
I can't believe it. Where are they?
Through all that trouble and Ralph's not even here.
I only wanted to say goodbye to her.
Well, I better close the curtains before somebody figures out we're here.
Thanks for everything. At least we tried.
I really thought it was going to work.
Sorry you didn't get to say goodbye to Sulfus.
I guess it just wasn't fate that we say goodbye.
Because you're not supposed to be leaving.
Uri, we talked about this.
I know. But what if there's a way to prove that the kiss was a trick and the sacrilege wasn't really your fault?
What are you talking about?
I think I have an idea. It's a little dangerous, but it could work.
I agree with you. You must go to Limbo.
I owe it to Raph. I feel responsible for what has happened. We should have investigated sooner.
The same thing applies to me. I should have defended Sulfus. He's my best pupil. I'm coming with you.
What?
You heard me, Arkin. I'm coming with you to Limbo. Besides, you need me.
Are you positive?
100%.
Then we must hurry. We don't have a lot of time.
I'm afraid, my mistress, that Archon and Temtel will undoubtedly discover our escape.
Not really, Malachi. You see, all they will find in Limbo are the loving pets I have left behind as a surprise for them. They won't trouble us any longer, I promise.
Angels friends. Angels friends. Angie down.
The paradise you've always